Oh God. Hey guys. I feel like I got extremely comfortable in front of the camera during quarantine, and now I don't know what I'm doing. It is Wednesday, June 17th, and no, I did not stutter. It is now June, and if I'm being honest with you guys, my life has been a complete shit show. Banksy agrees. So I'm back to work, and the 19th, it will officially be a full month back in the salon. I'm not gonna lie, doing hair has felt phenomenal. It's felt really good to be back, and it felt really good to see my clients and that type of stuff, but the work environment, the mask wearing, and the constant cleaning. I mean, I have to check my clients' temperatures when they come in. It's just a lot. I'm moisturizing. So a month in, and it's been feeling a bit mixed as far as emotions because, like I said, it's been great to be back, but it's also been extremely difficult. And I had actually filmed a vlog the entire week that I filmed a vlog that covered the entire week of going back to work, and I'll be honest, I even went through the extent of editing it and probably had like a half hour left of editing on it in order to upload it, and it's probably 45 minutes long, and I'll keep the footage for like my own personal sake, but uploading at this point a month late, just, it's not gonna serve purpose for me. But it was a very emotional week for me. It's coming up on a month now actually of being back to work, but also it's coming up on a month since my husband's grandfather passed away. So saying it's kind of rough. But we lost a very dear loved one of ours, and it's been tough. We've been trying to put on a brave face and act like everything's good, but it's been a lot to handle with going back to work and just the new side of that for me, to go through all that also while grieving the loss of a loved one. My husband is very, very, very lucky. He's 34 and, well, going to be 34, and this is the first grandparent he has lost. Whereas I experienced loss at a very young age. So young that neither of my grandfathers I really have a whole lot of memories of, and it's been a lot for me to process mentally, personally, because I actually have known Eric's grandfathers longer than I knew my own. So it's been a lot, you know, to know somebody else's grandfather for 15 years when you didn't even know your own grandfathers that long. It's an interesting mental thing to navigate because, you know, you're almost made to feel like, oh, it's not your grandfather, you know, it's my husband's, but it's definitely a mind fuck that I knew him longer than my own. So it's been a lot to process, so that's where I've been. And crying doing makeup is not good, but thankfully I have to wear a mask every day, so what you're seeing right now is the extent of my makeup for the past month. I know it sounds stupid, but also has been tough. I shouldn't have filmed this right now because I'm trying to go to work, and here I am just like, getting emotional, but it's the reality, and I am a pretty open book when it comes to my emotions and how I feel, and telling my friends or family how I feel, or if I'm upset with them and this and that. And yeah, I've been feeling like pretty down lately. If I'm being honest, pretty fucking down. So besides being back to work and trying to navigate all of that shit, which it's been a lot. So work has been interesting. It's getting better. I'm trying to have hope that it's not gonna be like this forever, but I'm not holding my breath that the masks will go away anytime soon. So I'm just trying to get used to that, but it's been rough just with the timing of losing Eric's grandfather and going back to work, if I'm just being 100% transparent. And I was really doing really good mentally during my time of quarantine and being unemployed. And I'm very grateful. I don't want it to sound like I'm ungrateful to have a job to go back to and a way to make income, but it's been a lot mentally. And it's just a stark contrast for where I was during quarantine and where I'm at now mentally. It's tough. So I'm trying to get back into a workout routine because, as you guys saw, if you saw the weekly vlogs, I was literally working out, eating right every day. And I think the past month I've worked out 2 times. I haven't gained any weight, but that's partially because when I'm super stressed, I revert back to old habits of my eating disorder days, and I just go hours of not eating, and then it's not good. So I'm really trying to just find the new normal. And if that means I have to cut back on my hours in the salon a little bit, that's what I'm gonna do. It's just been kind of surviving through it, and everyone's different, you know? So everyone is different in how they handle going back to work, how they grieve the loss of a loved one. Everyone's different, and I have to remind myself that it's okay if I'm not okay, because we need to be transparent. So many people are just faking it, and that's not okay. So if I'm having a shit day, you guys are gonna know about it. So yeah, that's been kind of just a cluster. Then you add on, that was another thing I had a lot of footage from, was the week that George Floyd was murdered. I have a lot of footage of just outrage, of just the sadness of what we're experiencing right now. And I have some people in my, I guess, circle that don't have the same views and beliefs as me, and it's kind of sickening to see it firsthand. Like, you know it's out there, but you don't realize that some of the people that you're supposed to care about or have in your life think a certain way, and it's pretty disturbing. And so that's been a lot to process on top of it. And I know I'm not alone in that sense, to where there have been a lot of people the past few weeks having some discoveries about certain friends or family members that they've realized just don't have the same views or beliefs. But not even that, just like when it comes to racism, literally have like no clue or realization. They don't even realize it. And I know I've had a lot of conversations with people over the past few weeks about that, and it's kind of crazy to think about. But I'm also a believer in educating people instead of talking down to them, and I definitely don't think we all need to agree on political things and this and that, but when it comes to basic human rights, denying that racism is a problem in this country, I have a big issue with that, because I firsthand have seen people be racist. And that's all I'll say on that. So that's been tough mentally, just dealing with that on top of being back to work. I've been researching and reading a lot the past few weeks, and also just trying to balance how much I look into it, because the first few weeks I was like constantly, I was up till probably 2 in the morning every night just reading and educating myself and trying to educate others that like this shit is happening plain as day, and people will have a reason to be like, well, where's the evidence? It's like, it's right in front of your face in a video right there. Like, I don't know. It's like some people think we're still in 1967 and cell phones don't exist. I'm just like, am I in an alternate universe right now? I wish I was. Anyways, I digress. So I'm getting ready to go to work now, and since I wear a mask, this is it. I do my brows, and then I'll throw on some shadow and mascara. and then I'll get on with my day. One thing that's kind of exciting is we got approved for a home loan yesterday. We only used Eric's income because I'm self-employed, and being self-employed is already hard enough to get like loans and stuff. Even if you have good credit, it's just a lot more work to prove your income, I guess, and the consistency of it. So thankfully, Eric has a really nice job to prove income and everything. And then I think what complicates it even more is with COVID. I was unemployed recently for 2 months, so that doesn't look good. A month later, being like, hey, I'm gonna buy a house that's $100,000 more than the current one I'm living in. But yeah, that's really exciting. We have officially lived in this house for 9 years. And when we bought this house, we had no intentions of staying this long. If I'm being honest, we pictured it as like our 5-year home, of just like the home that we got engaged in, got married in, didn't have babies in, you know, just that stage of life where you kind of just build your foundation together, even though Eric and I were already together 6 years when we bought this house. But then going back to school and living off of one income for a while, I mean, we've struggled just to stay in this house. Not like we were ever near like losing it or anything, but you know what I mean? Like, we were on one income and had to do what we had to do just to get by, to survive. So now that I have been in the salon, it's crazy to think it'll be 3 years in August already. Best decision I ever made. And I can still say that during a pandemic when wearing a mask and just the added bullshit sucks. But I'm so glad I made this career change. But we're ready for a new house. We're ready for the next chapter, and we're ready for a fenced in yard because these dogs, no, I'm just kidding. I love the dogs, but it's a lot of work not having a fenced in yard. So that's definitely on our wish list. We got approved for our loan, and now we just need to find a realtor to work with because the market right now is hot and houses are going really fast. So we know that we're definitely going to need a realtor to get a new house, like to find a house. And hopefully our house sells really fast. We stained the deck last weekend, so that was one project we needed to get done, and pretty much everything else is just painting. Eric's office, the entryway, stairs, kitchen, and living room. I mean, it sounds like a lot, but really that's all we have to do. And then we do need to get carpet, but I kind of want to get an opinion on that from a realtor. I want them to let us know what our house would sell for, and then if it's worth to just like give a credit towards carpet or just replace it and then list the house. We'll see, but we're kind of working through that stuff this weekend. I'm working Friday. One of my clients is getting married. It's actually gonna be the first wedding party of the season, which it's weird, really weird to think that like it's June and we haven't done a wedding yet. But my client Allie is getting married, and I'm so excited for her and to do her hair and makeup, and her mom and sister are both my clients, and I'm just really looking forward to it. I usually don't work Friday, so I'm going in for it. So I am excited to get back to my normal work schedule. I've been pretty much working like Monday through Saturday to get people in, and then I'll go back to my usual Friday, Sundays off and go from there. But I plan on, I get off work Thursday night at a decent time. So I think I'm gonna do a lot of the prepping for painting Thursday night. So then Friday, go into the salon, and I'll probably be in there like a half day, probably about till noon. And then my plan is to come home and just start painting and just paint until I can't paint anymore, because we hope to meet with a realtor in the next week or so. And if we could get to the point where we only have a few like minor projects in the carpet, then that would be awesome. I don't know what else to talk to you guys about. That's just where I'm at. My mental health is in the shitter, but I'm trying every day to get it out. And just know that if you're struggling right now, you're not alone. There is just so much craziness going on right now, and it's hard to know like how you're supposed to feel about it. definitely outraged with certain things just because of people's ignorance and their denial on, I don't know, educating themselves is just like exhausting to even think about. But also I've realized that I am definitely more of an empathetic person, to where like if somebody is sad or upset or angry, like I take on those emotions myself, which is why I feel like with everything going on right now, I get my hair done July 3rd. Can't wait. I'm definitely an empathetic person, to where I take on other people's stresses and emotions, and that's definitely what I've been doing the past few weeks. And I need to find a better balance and a better way to just clear my head. And honestly, part of that is doing YouTube again. I was doing YouTube all the time, like so consistently, and filming videos and doing my makeup. And it's just one of those things where it's like, that's what I'm missing, is the creative outlet. Like, yeah, work is like creative and fun, but it's also work and stressful. And especially in the work environment I'm in right now, it's like the least creative environment whatsoever, because you literally can't see people's faces to know like face shape and stuff like that. So it's kind of tricky. Whereas YouTube, I can just sit down and play and be me, and I don't know, I miss it. My husband was like, Eric's like, what can I do to like make this time better for you? And I said, to win the lottery so I can be a dog mom. And that's like the honest to God truth. Like, I feel like I would still do hair even if money like wasn't a factor. I would still do hair part-time, but I wouldn't do it 6 days a week like I have been. It's just too much. I even think about going down to like Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Saturdays. We'll see though. I feel like a couple more years in the salon and I'll do that, but for now I just really need to do what I can to get YouTube back into my life when I can, as much as I can, because I miss it so much, and I miss doing my makeup. I know that sounds so silly to some people, because to some people makeup really is like a vanity thing, and like some people, I don't know, think it's shallow, this and that, but like for me, it's like legit like my therapy. Like I sit down and I just half the time I don't even have an idea of what I want to do, and I just create, and that's so, I don't know, that's so like fulfilling to my soul, and I haven't done that. Like this is the extent of the makeup that I've done for the past month. And so this weekend I joked with Eric that I was gonna do like full face of makeup while I'm painting, just because it'll feel good. And so I'm hoping this weekend to at least film you guys a tutorial, or just, I don't know, some makeup look to share. But it's been rough. I mean, who knew 2020 would be what it is? It's one of those things, you can't plan out your life. You can only kind of adjust to the things that happen. And if you told me back in January when 2020 started that I would be unemployed for 2 months, going back to work during a pandemic that most of the majority of the people around you don't think is an actual issue, which is, that's a mind on its own, is that you have to do all these precautions, but then the majority of the people around you like don't think it's an issue and shouldn't be taking the precautions. So that's been interesting. And then losing a loved one a week back into work amidst all the chaos has just been a lot to process. On top of that personal stuff, you know, I have so much empathy towards Black people and people of color and people who have been in the United States from the beginning that have never been given a chance. To have people in your life that don't view it as that is very sad. But you just have to keep on keeping on, and I know that this year is gonna end on a good note. I just know it. We're gonna find a beautiful home to move into, and one thing that this year has done for me so far is really proven and shown to me who and what is really important to me in my life. And I'm very thankful to have my best friend, who's also my husband, just someone who really supports me and encourages me, and who is also there for me though when I'm not doing so great, like right now. So I'm just very thankful and appreciative, and that's all I gotta say. If Your circle doesn't have to be super big, but as long as there's one person that cares about you, that's all that matters. But anyways, that's just a little update, or a long update. I don't even know how long this has been going on for, but I hope to be back, and I hope to be having more positive videos and educational videos and more fun just with hair and makeup. I've really missed you guys, and it's been a rough month, but we're moving forward. And that's just a one day at a time type of mentality that I have to have, because man, anxiety and depression is a lot to handle. And then when you add on all this crazy shit going on in the world, woo girl. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like if I get back into working out, designating time to do my hair and makeup, I think that will be able to happen more now that I'll go back to my normal work schedule, because Fridays are my day off, and those are usually the days where previously I would have been able to like film a video or something like that, or at least do my makeup for fun. So I think starting next week or the week after that, I'll finally be back to my normal schedule, and that'll feel really good. I know it's just kind of like getting back into it. It's just been a lot, and oh God, it's been a lot. But with that, I am going to do something with this hair of mine, and then I'm gonna head into the salon. I have my sister tonight as my last client, and I'm so excited. She definitely could use a haircut, and definitely a color, but definitely a haircut. It's getting long, and it's gonna be a good day. It's always a good day when you get to do your sister's hair, right? But yeah, we're gonna be cruising forward. With that being said, I'm gonna do something with this hair and then get into work, and one day at a time. I hope to see you guys soon. In the next video, I hope to do some makeup. If you have any suggestions on videos that you wanna see, or any like trends, or I don't know, if you have questions or comments or anything, I would love to chat with you guys down below. I definitely miss you guys, and I'm gonna get back to posting very soon. It's just, I needed a break, and I've realized with that break that I actually need you guys more than I thought. So I'm gonna try and get back into it. Please be patient with me. Like I said, if you have any suggestions or requests, or you know, certain things that you guys wanna see, just comment down below or shoot me a message. And I hope to speak with you guys very soon. Thanks, bye.